Hey guys, welcome to the show. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Travis.
Well, continuing our previews for the wild card matchups for the MLB playoffs, let's go to the National League here, where we have the Arizona Diamondbacks going up against the Colorado Rockies in a divisional matchup here that really seems interesting and could be a very close game.
Yeah, you got the two starters, John Gray for the Rockies, who's 10-4 with a 3.67 ERA, versus Zach Greinke, who's 17-7 with a 3.2 ERA. And starting with the starting pitchers, in this matchup, I have to go in favor of the Diamondbacks. Zach Greinke, he's a former Cy Young winner. He's had a lot of experience in the postseason, pitching on the big stage, and he's had a really good bounce back year. So comparing starting pitchers, I like the Diamondbacks in this matchup.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you here. Zach Greinke, he's one of the best pitchers in the game. Obviously, did not have quite as good of a year last year, but he's more than picked it up this year. He's had a really solid season, and like you said, he's got a lot of postseason experience. That goes a long way here. Where in these one game type of things, type of deals here, that could be a make or break situation for the Diamondbacks and Rockies here. But let's go on to the hitting here. Who do you like in this matchup?
For the hitting, I'm going to have to go with the Colorado Rockies. This is definitely their strength on this team. They have the NL batting title champion and Charlie Blackmon, who just is an absolute beast. Now, this year he had 331 as the leadoff man. He had 213 hits. He had 37 home runs, 104 RBIs for a leadoff man, which is just outstanding. He had 137 runs scored, and he was able to swipe 14 bases and had a WAR of 6.2. So he may have been the best offensive baseball player, in the entire MLB, and he played on a Rockies team that doesn't get much national media recognition. And I bring up this guy before I even mention Nolan Arenado. I mean, both of these guys could be NL MVP. This guy also had 37 home runs, 130 RBIs, and he scored 100 runs. And these are two of the best, offensive players in baseball. They play in a really header-friendly field in Colorado. But, their slugging that they have for average and hitting is by far the best part for the Rockies team. So I give them the advantage in this matchup.
Well, like you said, the Colorado, they won't be playing at home in this matchup. They're going to Arizona here. And, I like Arizona with Paul Goldschmidt, one of the best first basemen in baseball. He had an outstanding season as well. He was an NL MVP candidate also this season, in my opinion. Like I said, one of the best first basemen in baseball. Don't sleep on the Arizona Diamondbacks lineup here. But it's really hard to get past that dynamic duo that the Rockies had. I mean, those are two guys that might be the best offensive players in the entire National League. They have them on the same team. I mean, it's quite an advantage to have for this Rockies team. But I think something to look out for is, can they keep that offensive production going on the road against Zach Greinke here? That might be a little tough for me to see. But let's move on from the hitting to the defense. Who do you see winning this matchup?
Yeah, for the defense, I also like the Rockies, and they're one of the better defensive teams. They have Nolan Arenado, who not only is a great offensive player, but maybe the best defensive third baseman in the game. I mean, this guy, I've seen him make throws, in foul territory, fading away, and just throws a laser on the point to get the guy out. He's got a great glove, great arm, and their middle infield is also very solid with Trevor Story and DJ. And, talking about Charlie Blackmon again, he's one of the better defensive outfielders in the game. He's extremely fast. He's known to make the circus catch, and he's got a good arm. So they have a really well-rounded group. And, I think overall they have a better defensive team than the Diamondbacks.
Yeah, I still like the Diamondbacks defensively, but like you said, the Rockies just have, across the entire board here. They have great defenders all over the place in the position in the field here. So I got to go with the Rockies in that particular matchup. Last but not least, go to the bullpen here. Who do you think has the better bullpen in this one?
This is probably the closest comparison between, and I think the bullpen is going to ultimately make or break whoever is going to win this game. I'm going to have to give the very slight edge to the Rockies. Even though both of their closers have struggled, I like Greg Holland more than Fernando Rodney. I just think he's a better closer. I trust him more. And the Rockies, they also have Jake McGee and Pat Neshek, who's been really good in the bullpen. So, like I said, I think this is going to be a really high-scoring game. I think the starters are going to kind of get chased early, and both teams are going to have to resort to the bullpen to try to slow down these offenses. I just barely like the Rockies bullpen more, so I give them the edge.
Oh, kind of transitioning here. It seems like you like the Rockies in a lot of these matchups here. Do you think they're going to win this game?
Yeah, I think in a one-game winner, this actually favors the Rockies. I think if they were playing in a 5 or 7-game series, I would actually pick the Diamondbacks to win. But in a one-game winner-take-all, I like the underdog in this matchup. I know they're on the road, but the Rockies, they have a great offense, and I think it's going to out-duel the Arizona Diamondbacks offense, and I think they're going to come through with the win.
I'm going to go the opposite here, and for the very same reasons you kind of mentioned. I think if it was a 5 or 7-game series, I'd give the advantage to the Rockies in this one because they'd have games at home where they could really have that offense really explode. But in a one-game kind of playoff here, we have Zach Greinke on the mound for the Diamondbacks. In the playoffs here, I like Zach Greinke kind of turning it on here in the playoffs and really shutting down this great lineup that the Rockies have. And the Diamondbacks are at home. And like I said, Paul Goldschmidt kind of leads this team where, they're one of the better teams in the National League during the second half of the season. At many points, I thought they were much better than the Dodgers were for sure. I mean, the Dodgers had a little bit of a slump late in the year. But the Arizona Diamondbacks here, they look like maybe the best team in baseball for a good portion of the second half of the season. I think that continues into this game. And like I said, I just like Zach Greinke in the one-game playoff situation here.
Yeah, and you can't forget about J.D. Martinez, who's been on an absolute tear to end the season, one of the hottest hitters in baseball. So to pair him with Paul Goldschmidt, I think the Rockies are just a little bit more deeper. But I think, J.D. and Paul can easily carry this Arizona lineup. They have a few other good players mixed in, but I just think, looking at the Rockies lineup, I saw they have 4 guys who have 24 or more home runs. They have a lot of guys hitting above 300. They do play in a friendly ballpark, so that might have a big advantage for them. But I think this is going to be a high-scoring game. I think it's going to be a close game. But in the end, I think the Rockies are going to come away with the win.
Yeah, well, that's our thoughts for this matchup between the Colorado Rockies and the Arizona Diamondbacks. Let us know what you guys think in the comment section below. It's going to be exciting for sure. These are 2 very good teams in the same division. We're looking forward to some fireworks here.
Yeah, they're in the same division. It's going to make it for a classic showdown. Winner gets into winner take all. So it's going to be a lot of fun to watch. I'm excited for both these matchups. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Leave a like and subscribe if you like what you saw. And have a great day.